tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, Pittsburgh residents had a chance to learn more about the Crawford County Mobile Mental Health Unit as it made its way through town.
Also, police are looking for a burglar suspect who showed off some unusual skills.
And we've got some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. More on the way. We'll have a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner, just after 7 o'clock on this Thursday morning. We're a day away from Friday.
Yes.
Today's been more like a Friday.
It really
here
has.
at the station, so I can only imagine what tomorrow has to hold.
We'll be on our best behavior.
I don't know if that's going to make a difference at this point, but that's all right. We're here to make your day better. If you're waking up this early, because you have to, like we do,
right?
You got to start your day off right, and that's what we're here to help you do.
Certainly so. And in Crawford County, they're also looking to help make people's day better. The Mobile Health Mental Care Unit, as it made its way into Pittsburgh to provide same-day access to community members.
KOAM's Anthony Saviello shares what tips the mobile unit has to offer.
If we help one person, then this is worth it.
Though it may just look like an RV, this mobile care center has the ability to be so much more for someone in need.
First week of March, we started going out to Northeast High School in their parking lot and the Girard Courthouse. And in 6 outings, we have had 5 people come and complete mental health intakes and get referred for services.
The mobile care unit finds itself outside the law enforcement center in Pittsburgh to hopefully expand the amount of people they are able to help.
Crawford County Mental Health has come alongside Pittsburgh Municipal Court to treat people who are getting into crimes, getting into trouble because of their mental health.
Both Dr. Birch and Jason agree it doesn't matter what someone's circumstances are. If they need mental help, they want to be ready to provide it.
We have to meet people where they're at. Every person matters. To actively listen, not just hear them, but try to understand where they're coming from. And it has to be that person's decision to access services.
If we can provide help that will help them not be seen as a nuisance, not be seen as disturbing the peace, not be seen as something to avoid, then man, that makes a difference for those people, and therefore makes a difference for all of us.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Well, for more information, you can head over to our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. And a lot of things becoming mobile these days.
Yes.
And I'm not just talking about cell phones.
Yeah. There you go. Super helpful, though, and it's great to see that it's being utilized in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things, it's great to have something like that that's able to come to you.
Yes.
Or at least meet you halfway.
Breaks that barrier.
It certainly does. Well, we've got a barrier or a shield of clouds out there. We've got scattered showers and thunderstorms this morning. We had some severe weather last night. We had some strong storms this morning. Thankfully, that has all died down, and it's expected to remain that way. Now, we have more storms that are going to be on the way through the morning, but we're not looking at any severe weather at this point. A stray strong storm or two with maybe some small hail, gusty winds isn't out of the question, but severe weather overall is not looking very likely across the area, which is some great news. All right, let's start our radar tour down here in southwest Missouri. Still Cassville getting inundated with some heavy rain. Had quite a bit of lightning with this shower here as it flared up a bit. That has since let out, but remember, the Skywatch Storm Tracker does not pick up on cloud-to-cloud lightning. So you may still be seeing some lightning, but it's not cloud to ground. Either way, lightning's still dangerous, still deadly. You need to be careful out there. Some heavier rain exiting Monette, getting ready to roll into Mount Vernon, Carthage, Joplin, some showers back just south of the I-44 corridor into Ottawa County. Neosho, you've got more rain on the way. A little further north, rain continuing in Barton County. Lamar getting in on the showers, as well as Jasper, Greenfield. You are next on this list. Stockton, you're on the extending edge of these showers out there. And a little shower north of Nevada and right over Fort Scott as well. Heading into southeast Kansas, these little showers flared up. They haven't moved a lot, but they are slowly chugging to the east. Mound City, Iola, now into Chanute, southeast of Yates Center, and getting ready to roll into Fredonia. A few more showers. And back into Oklahoma, We had just one little guy here. Now we got a couple, and that's going to be the thing. We're going to have redevelopment of showers and thunderstorms as we go through the morning, and our best chances for more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity will be between now and 3 o'clock this afternoon. And we've got more showers back to the south and south and west out there. And take a look at these thunderstorms developing across parts of Oklahoma. All this activity will fill in, and we'll have more scattered storms as we go through the morning hours. So we're looking at highs today right around the low 70s. Some of us may get a little more sunshine, be a little warmer. Scattered showers and thunderstorms through 3, and then they'll become a lot more isolated as we head into the evening and overnight across the area. Got more thunderstorm chances tomorrow. We'll take a look at that, plus that weekend forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, a very good boy in Newton County helped with a major drug bust. The Newton County Sheriff's Department says Deputy Weiser and his canine partner Loki stopped a vehicle and discovered marijuana, cocaine, and fentanyl. Investigators believe the driver was trafficking the drugs from Tulsa to St. Louis. Authorities also seized a firearm. The department said, quote, while we recognize that marijuana possession is legal in Missouri, trafficking controlled substances across state lines is not, end quote. Just before 11 last night, witnesses in Joplin say they saw a speeding car on Wall Avenue, then heard a loud crash. A white Porsche struck a building and split in half. The debris field was more than a block long, which included the building, a utility pole, and major pieces of the car scattered down the block.
There's 2 individuals in the vehicle. They both sustained injuries. The driver was conscious and breathing. The passenger was not conscious. She was breathing. They are both transported as priority.
Joplin police updated us overnight. The major crash team was summoned and are conducting a DWI crash investigation. The city of Pittsburgh cuts the ribbon marking completion of the Quincy Rouse Street project. It's a long time coming for many residents. The project began back in 2022 and involved construction of a 3-lane concrete roadway with 5-foot sidewalks and street lighting.
This is about a 3/4 mile long project that we took from a 2-lane with open ditches to a 3-lane with curb and gutter, storm sewer improvements. We also did some water line improvements as well as a rail crossing improvement and some grade changes to this project.
Though the area has been open to traffic, the occasion marked the official reopening of the Quincy Street project. Work is now underway on a new Jasper County-wide public safety radio system. Officials broke ground yesterday at the Sarcoxy Radio Tower site on Bridgeview Road. The project will revitalize 4 existing tower locations throughout the county and build 2 new ones.
Well, but they go through a process though, and that process is where our viability is as far as the best place to put a tower to make sure that everyone has the system to get in and get out. So I mean, this is the best place, and also our 43 location is the best place for that to happen.
The project will also fund new radio equipment for first responders and their vehicles, which officials say will improve emergency response. The county approved funding for the project in 2021. New surveillance video shows a man breaking into a Duquesne pizzeria using a questionable technique. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Gustano's Pizzeria posted security video of this break-in on their Facebook page, dubbing the perp, quote, ninja burglar.
But then we went back to look at the security camera just to see what happened and see if we could figure out information to pass on to the police department. We found someone kind of crawling through the building, rolling around. I mean, it looked like something off Mission Impossible.
The ninja burglar did more than just roll around. The owner says the burglar got away with some money from a cash box, but after spending quite a while on an empty safe.
One of the things that's also funny is we had a safe in our office that stopped kind of operating, and it was just sitting in there. And he spent 45 minutes breaking into the safe just to find that it was empty.
Hunter and the other workers at the pizzeria took the break-in in stride by turning the security video into a meme.
We at least got to laugh about some of the content that our video cameras caught, and yeah, our team had a little fun with adding some music and putting a little edit together of this guy rolling around and trying to dodge avoid cameras or sensors or something.
The Duquesne Police Department confirmed that there is an open investigation. Anyone with information about this April 19th break-in should give them a call.
Definitely, hopefully they catch the guy, and we'd encourage people to, if you are in a parkour class and you see anybody with those same moves, notify the Duquesne Police Department.
Reporting in Duquesne, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
To see the full surveillance video, go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. And those are our top stories this half hour. Coming up next, Captain William Davis of the Joplin Police Department joins us this morning. He will have the details of a few exciting things that are happening. And later, an elderly Wisconsin woman has been staying strong with the same hobby for over 70 years. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
In Joplin at FletcherSubaru.com.
Welcome back. Well, there are several things happening right now in the Joplin Police Department, and Captain William Davis is with us to share some of those events. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
So talk to me a little bit about National Police Week. We've talked a little bit about, honoring law enforcement here throughout our newscast this week, but just talk to me about what it means and what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so I mean, we're grateful that we live in such a supportive area and community, and May 15th each year marks that week is National Police Week, yes. And so for us, it's just a time to remember the men that kind of paid the ultimate sacrifice, that fell in the line of duty. And in the city of Joplin, we have 21. Unfortunately, 21 officers that have died in our department in the line of duty, and so
yes.
We take this time to kind of remember each one of their stories and reflect on the sacrifice that they made, and most recently, Corporal Ben Cooper and Officer Jake Reed.
Yes.
It's tough, this time of year, reflecting on them, especially and Officer Tim Nielsen. Kind of before that, it's just. Those stories, it's tough, but it's a special time that we remember the sacrifice that they made.
Absolutely. And how can the community also, band behind law enforcement for the ones that are still serving in our active duty officers?
Like I said, we're grateful that we live in such a supportive community.
Yes.
We know that there are officers nationwide that don't have the support that
right.
we have. We're very thankful for that, because anywhere we go, it's the people approach us and have kind words to say, and that just means a lot. It kind of keeps you going day in and day out, and it just makes you want to get up the next day and put on the badge and go to work and continue to do the same thing.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for all that you do as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And another member on your police force that, people don't always think about are the K-9s. Now, you had one retire and you're training 2 new ones. Talk to me a little bit about that.
So K9 Ben retired on Sunday, and he came in 2018 and had a very successful K9 career, did a great job. Him and his handler Adam Brannon did phenomenal work. Whenever the marijuana law changed in 2021, 2022, that kind of ended his narcotics career. So, and then he did some apprehension work, which some good stories there, but it was just his time. And so, he's retiring out of service, and we'll be rolling out 2 new K9s to the community here very soon. They started training this week.
Oh, how exciting.
So after about 6 weeks, we'll have 2 new police dogs to kind of go in service and start serving the community.
Oh, how wonderful. Well, also a few days ago, you also received some grant funding from the Joplin Regional Community Foundation. Talk to me a little bit about that and what that grant money will go towards.
Yes, we're very thankful. This is one of Chief Pearson. He came to us, here in December, and one of his ideas that he had with him was to incorporate a social worker into the department to kind of help address things that were not necessarily law enforcement matter, things like mental health issues, social service issues, just a number of different things, that mental health issues that they may be able to address that doesn't necessarily involve a criminal violation or anything that needs a police investigation necessarily, that they can be there to direct services and offer assistance and guidance on other community services that may be out there to kind of help serve them as well.
Certainly. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Invite your family and we will celebrate there.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now 7:19 on this Thursday morning. Still dealing with some scattered showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder out there, and we're seeing some redevelopment taking place across parts of southeast Kansas and northeastern Oklahoma. More thunderstorms off to our south and west that'll eventually roll in here. Let's take a radar tour. Still got some heavy rain around Monette, Cassville, Seligman, Pineville, Neosho, Joplin, Carthage, Mount Vernon. These showers kind of filling in over here. And again, we're getting some rumbles of thunder out there. Greenfield, Stockton, Lamar, still getting in on the showers, just starting to exit Jasper, and Sheldon just off to your southeast. Got a shower outside of Nevada getting ready to roll in. And if you've noticed, if you remember earlier, we did not have, for example, this little shower near Pittsburgh earlier. We did not have nearly as many into the Bourbon County area either. We're seeing these storms get, or these showers at least get a little bigger out there across southeast Kansas. Iola, Chanute, just north of Fredonia and outside of Yates Center. And we've got some new development in between Independence, Coffeyville down here to the west of Oswego. And we head into northeastern Oklahoma. Miami, the last of those showers have exited out. Grove, you got a few sprinkles out there. Veneta, you're clear for now. Newata, Lenapaw, take a look. New development across Newata County and into Washington County. And we've got some heavier rain just to the southwest getting ready to roll in out of the Tulsa area for parts of northeast Oklahoma as well. So if you take a look, you'll see some of this new development that's going to start to take place. You're seeing these showers get a little more organized, and we're watching these thunderstorms across north central Oklahoma and the Oklahoma City area. They'll eventually try and make their way up to us later today. Now, the good news is, again, no severe weather is expected. We don't have any areas highlighted for severe weather out there, but that's not to say we couldn't see a stronger storm with maybe some small hail and gusty winds, but overall, the severe threat very low today, which is some good news. The best chances for more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity will be between now and about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Then it's going to become a lot more isolated. So we'll take the future track down the road, and you see by 5, we've got showers and thunderstorms out there, but not nearly as many. As we go late evening and overnight, there are even fewer out there. In fact, most of us looking to be dry as we start our Friday. And then as we head into the rest of the day Friday, scattered showers or isolated showers and storms will be possible, but our better chances of at least seeing some of that activity will be along I-44 and then the Kansas-Oklahoma border as we head into the afternoon and evening hours on our Friday. By late evening Friday, that activity clears out and gives us an absolutely beautiful weekend. Quick look outside, 7th and range line, cloudy, some light rain falling in Joplin, 63, south breeze at about 5, and temperatures around the region, again, not a lot of movement out there. We're in the low to mid 60s, and there won't be a lot of movement for most of us today. As we get our morning started, again, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Our better chances are now between now and 3, 66 by 11 o'clock this morning. And again, highs today, most of us into the low 70s. Some of us, though, if you see a little more clearing, especially a little further north and west, you might go mid, maybe even upper 70s. But I think most of us will make about the low 70s today. Again, showers become a little bit more isolated as we head through the afternoon and evening hours, but again, a few isolated to scattered storms tonight, falling back to about 60. Friday, more scattered showers and thunderstorms out there, as we mentioned. Otherwise, about the mid-70s. Our weekend looks great. Still looking at clear skies into the low 80s, near 90 on Monday. More thunderstorm chances, though, Monday and Tuesday. A little pause Wednesday, and that active pattern returns toward the end of next week. More storms and temperatures warm, though, low 80s. That's Check Out Your Forecast. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, it's Chris. Buy and see for yourself.
Well, we're all encouraged to stay active as we age, maybe, and even develop a hobby.
One Wisconsin woman has been keeping the same hobby going for 7 decades.
Lucy Lindsay is Lady of the Lanes at Cooley Golf Bowl.
I'm 91.
She's lacing up on Wednesdays, either for fun or for a local league.
Would you say you were probably the veteran of the group?
I think so. I don't swim and I don't golf, so it's an outing. It's something to do.
Something she's been doing in lacrosse leagues since she was 29.
When you turn 70, you become a Grand Duchess and you get a little crown.
So we should have been calling you Grand Duchess Lucy this whole time.
And since the late 70s, she's had a special teammate by her side.
I get to do it with my niece.
77-year-old Marlon Valley.
She's my best lady friend, not counting my 6 sisters.
In their heyday, a darn good bowling league duo.
This is one year, I had a 236 game, and that was the high game for the year.
We ran about the same scores most of the time.
These days,
now we're happy if we break 100.
Hope the ball goes straight. Yeah. Lately it hasn't been doing that.
but Lucy still gets the edge.
She's bowling with one eye and she beats me 3/4 of the time.
She's not kidding. Lucy's getting triple-digit scores with macular degeneration in her left eye.
Right now, I can see that there's a person there, but I couldn't tell you it was a man or a woman.
But don't worry, she's got a system.
White pins, you got the white pins with the dark background. Like I said, I shoot at the pins.
It's more than enough to bowl better with one eye than most of us can with two.
Well, Lucy and Marilyn recently finished up a season in the Happy Hour bowling lane with ladies of all ages. They took home a Most Improved award.
Great to see it. They look like they're having the time of their lives.
Yeah, and they bowl better than I do.
Too.
Oh man, I
Me
can't
too.
bowl
I
it.
need
I have fun doing it, but I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, right here, same. Well, coming up, the Girard, Kansas senior class turned the tables on a teacher who has never been on television.
And scattered showers, thunderstorms out there across the area. We'll have another look at your forecast when we come back.
Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. to speak with a specialist.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:30. I'm Elise Snowy. The mini golf course at Pittsburgh's Four Oaks Golf will be ready for tee time this week. Yesterday, the golf course cut the ribbon on the completed mini course. Groundbreaking for the 18-hole mini course was in February. It was paid for through private donations and grant funding.
Why we're here is we had a need, and we had a community member that recognized the need and step up and help us, resolve a problem. We've had a mini course for a long time, probably 5 decades. It had become in a state of disrepair, and then once COVID hit, it kind of just put it to a point where it was not economically to repair it.
This new mini course replaces one that closed back in 2020. The course had as many as 6,000 rounds played annually before it closed for good. Fallen Law Enforcement Officers Week continued yesterday with a ceremony in Neosho, Missouri. The Newton County Sheriff's Office chaplains held a service and luncheon at the Lampo Center honoring officers and local law enforcement serving the county. The names of 12 fallen officers from the 4-state area were read. Newton County Sheriff Chris Jennings and Neosho Police Chief Jason Baird addressed the gatherings. The First Baptist Church of Neosho prepared and served the meal. Well, a new music and art festival is coming to Pittsburgh. According to H2E Festivals, the Halfway Home Musical and Arts Festival gates open Saturday, June 8th at 11 a.m. in Pittsburgh's Lincoln Park. The festival will include a wide variety of music from hard rock to bluegrass to country to 90s covers. Tickets will be $10 on the day of the event. For the full concert lineup and some do's and don'ts to keep in mind, head on over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Oh, we heard Girard High School teacher Jeremiah Hudson likes to joke about never being on the news. Well, you can thank your students for this one. Girard High School seniors pranked Hudson by camping out in his yard overnight yesterday. Hudson is the government/economics teacher at Girard. His students wanted to prank Hudson for a last bonding experience, but also to show their appreciation for their teacher. Hudson says he was definitely surprised.
Some doors shutting at like 5:30, but I just thought, we live across the street from the school, doors shut sometimes, so I didn't know what was going on exactly until I peeked out the door about 10 minutes ago, and I was surprised and glad I was wearing a shirt.
Well, some students spent the night or showed up around 2 or 3 a.m. to pull off the prank. Students in the Pittsburgh High School music department performed for a live audience, but it wasn't their typical venue. They performed a chamber concert at the First United Methodist Church. The concert featured music from a variety of genres performed by small ensembles, as well as a special performance from the department's 3 instructors.
And we've still got scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area, as you can see, stretching in every corner of the 4 states so far. Quick radar tour out there. Heavier rain beginning to exit Monette. Still some showers in Mount Vernon, just exiting Joplin, Carthage, Neosho, Pineville, Cassville still getting in on the rain. We head a little further north. Lamar, 1 shower moving out. You got 1 near Pittsburgh moving your way. Rain getting ready to move into Nevada and progressively exiting Fort Scott. Stockton, Greenfield also dealing with some heavier showers. This patch of rain not moving much, but it's expanded a bit. Still stretching from Mound City, Iola, north of Chanute and north of Fredonia, and also west of Chanute. You're getting ready to get some more showers. A few more showers into parts of Labette and Montgomery counties developing out there right now. A few more back down into parts of Craig and the Wada counties. Miami, you are dry for the moment, as is Grove. More showers out there as well. We're watching thunderstorm redevelopment that could take place out in this zone here and back through Oklahoma that will eventually try and make its way in here. Now, the good news is, again, no severe weather is expected today. A strong storm with maybe some small hail, gusty winds possible, but thankfully severe weather chances at this point are very low. Temperatures, I could have taken a snapshot of this at 5 this morning because it has really not changed much. Still low to mid 60s out there. We're looking at highs between the rain and cloud cover into the low 70s. Some of you may clear out just a bit more, make the mid 70s, but most of us low 70s. The best chances for scattered storms on a more widespread scale between now and 3. Once we get past about 3, we're still got showers, still thunderstorms, but they're going to be considerably more isolated out there as we head into the evening and overnight hours. Still got shower and thunderstorm chances heading into our Friday. We'll take a look at that, plus the weekend forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
Thanks, Chris. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOA Morning News. The warmer weather has had a negative effect on Florida's coral reefs. We'll see how scientists are using straws to help keep our reefs alive.
Day worth experiencing. Learn more at visitcarthage.com.
In Consumer Watch this morning, Visa says major changes are coming to its debit and credit cards. The company says banks will be able to issue cards that can be linked to multiple bank accounts, meaning Americans could have fewer physical cards in their wallets. Users will be able to set a price criteria for debit and credit card accounts that use the same physical card. The new changes come as a way to limit the rise of online payment fraud. Rollout of the new card is expected to vary by bank. A billionaire businessman is recruiting investors to help buy TikTok. Former owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers and real estate mogul Frank McCourt says he is creating a consortium, to purchase TikTok's U.S. business. McCourt says if the sale is made, he will look to restructure the app to give users more control over their data. McCourt's announcement comes after TikTok's parent company ByteDance and several users filed lawsuits to block a federal law that could ban the app in the U.S. within a year. Royal Caribbean International says it will resume cruises from Baltimore later this month. The news comes nearly 2 months after a container ship hit the Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing it to partially collapse. The U.S. Coast Guard has reopened daily limited access for commercial vehicles as salvage operations continue. Royal Caribbean's Vision of the Seas will depart Baltimore on May 25th for a 5-night Bermuda trip. Prices at the grocery store headed lower last month. Fox Business White House correspondent Edward Lawrence has the numbers.
President Biden says fighting inflation remains his top economic priority. The CPI inflation report came in line with expectations. Now, inflation came down slightly across the board. This is 1 month of inflation data, so folks are still feeling the cost of higher prices. Now, according to this latest report, today people are paying about 19% more than the month President Biden came into office. All food is up 21% compared to that same time frame. Food at the grocery store up about the same. Energy costs up about 38%. 28% since January of 2021, and rent is up 21% since the month President Biden took office.
The response to the Lehman crisis was a $4 trillion fiscal and monetary. The response to COVID and the banking crisis this time around is $16 trillion. And inflation just doesn't normalize after a $16 trillion fiscal and monetary response inside 4 years.
Now, in this report, rent and gas led to 70% of the inflation increase. Fed Chair Jay Powell says regardless of the inflation numbers, the Federal Reserve needs to see more.
I would say my confidence in that is not as high as it was, having seen these readings in the first 3 months of the year. So we're just going to have to see where the inflation data fall out.
Powell says that we need to see more than 1 quarter's worth of inflation data to see if inflation is more persistent going forward. At the White House, Edward Lawrence, Fox Business.
That's a look at our top consumer stories. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices before the opening bell.
Farewell, run.
Border, theoutpostcasino.com for details.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is just about to be 7:44 on this Thursday morning, and it has been a rainy Thursday morning across the area. We've got showers. We've had some thunderstorms out there. We had severe weather last night, strong storms early this morning. Thankfully, we don't have any areas highlighted for severe weather today. But a strong storm or two may be possible. So we're talking maybe some small hail, gusty winds, but we're not expecting anything significant today, which is great. Heavy rains continuing down into Berry and Lawrence counties, Mount Vernon, Monette, Cassville, Seligman, Neosho on the back end of some showers, along with Pineville. Joplin, you are dry for now. More rain on the way. Carthage, just getting ready to dry out there. Greenfield, Stockton, still in the thick of things. Nevada, got a good shower going on right now. Lamar, look out to your west. More rain on the way. Fort Scott getting some showers as these continue to roll off. Mountain City has really been getting some showers up here as this has all there's a little line that's developed in southeastern Kansas from Mountain City, and it originally stretched all the way back into Elk County. It's kind of fizzled out a little on the southern end, but not moving much. Iola, still showers. Chinook, more coming in. Fredonia, some light rain. Independence, you're dry. Coffeyville, you've got showers on the way. Oswego getting ready to rain there as well, just south of Parsons, Labette, Montgomery counties. And we've got some additional showers over Craig and the Wada counties out there. A couple of light showers into Ottawa County. Grove, Jay, get ready. More rain on the way. Same with Veneta. It's on your back door. And we've got additional development taking place out to the west. So that's what's going to lead to our scattered storm chances. We have all this cycling around. We got some trying to develop out here. That's not really doing much, but we'll see what it does. Some trying to fill in through parts of southeast Kansas, and then this activity in Oklahoma will eventually make its way up here. So we're looking at the best opportunities for scattered showers and thunderstorms between right now and about 3 o'clock this afternoon. After that, it's going to become a lot more isolated. So here we are at noon. As you can see, a few more scattered showers and storms out there, but as we head later into the afternoon, they become a lot more isolated. They're not gone, but they're a lot more isolated by the time we head into the afternoon and evening hours. And then we head into Friday. Again, initially isolated showers and thunderstorms, mainly south of I-44, and they'll stay that way until we get into the afternoon Friday, and we could see a few more pop-up storms. Best chances, Kansas-Oklahoma border, and then paralleling I-44 as we head into Friday afternoon for scattered showers and thunderstorms. Could see a stray shower or two up north. I think most of you will remain dry. So out here into parts of southeast Kansas and the northern portions of southwest Missouri might be warmer than the rest of us into the upper 70s, while everybody else kind of gets into the mid 70s. We'll also have to see what the rain and showers and cloud cover do to us temperature wise. And then that clears out by late Friday, and we are set up for a beautiful weekend. Got some daylight out there. 7th and Range Line in Joplin. 63. South breeze at about 5 miles an hour. Temperatures, again, haven't really moved much this morning. Still into the low to mid 60s. And with the cloud cover and the rain, most of us, we're going to move a little, but not that much today. Scattered showers and storms again through the morning. 66 by 11 o'clock this morning. And then once we get into the afternoon, we get some of those pauses. We'll see some temperatures warm. We're looking on average to be in the low 70s today. Out in parts of southeast Kansas, could be a little warmer if you get some bigger breaks and thinner clouds. Might go into the mid to upper 70s again, but most of us low 70s. Showers and storms again become much more isolated through the evening and overnight hours, but they'll still be there for some of us. We'll fall back to about 60 tonight. Tomorrow, again, about mid 70s for highs. Pop-up storms out there. Our weekend still shaping up to be great. Mostly clear skies, low 80s. Monday, daggum near 90 degrees out there with some thunderstorm chances. More storms on Tuesday. Not a bad Wednesday, and then the pattern picks back up. Start to see more active weather as we head toward the end of next week. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Ashley's Memorial Day sale
finale after the all-new return of I Can See Your Voice tonight on Fox.
In recent years, scientists have turned to lab-grown coral to bolster declining reefs, critical for ocean ecosystems, protecting coastal areas, and even for new food and medicine.
Christian Bienvenides shows us how scientists in Florida are grasping at straws to boost the survival rates of newly transplanted coral that fish love to eat.
Straws are probably not what comes to mind when it comes to saving the environment, but these biodegradable drinking straws could be the key to restoring coral reefs.
This is really the first biodegradable option that's emerged.
Kirk Dodson and Kyle Pisano of Free Fortify developed the Coral Fort, a small biodegradable cage that prevents lab-grown coral from becoming fish food when it's moved to the ocean.
It degrades in the marine environment in exactly the target time it takes for the parrotfish to lose interest in the transplanted coral. Divers can go down, clear a spot for the little fort, and they adhere it to the reef.
The straws are made from fermented canola oil, known as PHA. Manufacturer WinCup says the use of its product to rebuild reefs is a happy accident.
We were working awfully hard to just create a much better product for the world, but we had no idea it was going to be used to save baby coral in the ocean.
Researchers say they've already planted nearly 200 coral forts along this reef near the Broward County coast. They say it's led to better survival rates for the nursery-grown coral.
We've more than doubled the survivorship of our transplants out onto the ocean to above 90%.
Checking on specimens 1 year later, the straws are long dissolved, and marine biologists say it's been a success. They hope to plant more coral forts elsewhere in South Florida. Scientists race to save the state's fragile coral reefs.
Florida's coral reefs have suffered due to warm ocean temperatures, and meteorologists say this summer is forecasted to be hotter than normal.
Certainly an important project they're working on down there, and hopefully they'll continue to see success with it.
Yes, I hope so.
And one thing we're not too worried about is the lack of rain. Plenty of it out there. Skywatch Storm Tracker showing scattered showers and storms across the area. And as we zoom out, you can see we're seeing redevelopment taking place. Now, again, I want to emphasize we're not looking at severe weather today. We could see a strong storm or two with maybe some small hail, gusty winds. Even that chance is relatively low. But take a look at the loop here over southeastern Kansas, stretching just west of Washington County, kind of tying in with the activity over central Oklahoma. And that's why between now and 3 is our best chances for widespread shower and thunderstorm activity. And after 3, it's going to become a lot more isolated out there. Quick look outside one more time from our camera 7th and range line. You can see some of the rain showers off in the distance out there. A little bit of daylight squeezing in, and that's what's going to lead to some of us being a little warmer than the rest of us. On average, I think highs today, low 70s. We'll take another look at your forecast plus the news you need to know right after this.
You are more carrier. We are proud to salute Timothy Harris, a 4-state hero.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Work is now underway on a new Jasper County-wide public safety radio system. Officials broke ground yesterday at the Sarcoxy Radio Tower site on Bridgeview Road. The project will revitalize 4 existing tower locations throughout the county and build 2 new ones. It will also fund new radio equipment for first responders and their vehicles. Surveillance video shows a man breaking into Gazano's in Duquesne in April. The owner says the burglar got away with some money from a cash box, but only after spending quite a while on an empty safe. The Duquesne Police Department is asking anyone with information about the break-in to give them a call. And the city of Pittsburgh cuts the ribbon marking the completion of the Quincy Rouse Street project. The project began back in 2022 and involved the construction of a 3-lane concrete roadway with 5-foot sidewalks and street lighting.
And we've got ourselves some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. The best chances are going to be between now and 3 o'clock, and then they're going to start to become considerably more isolated. Highs today, most of us into the low 70s. Heading into this evening, again, isolated showers and storms through the evening and overnight. So no, most of us, I think, will be dry. Some of us, though, some additional storms out there. Lows about 60. We got more pop-up storms tomorrow. Better chances along the Kansas-Oklahoma border and along I-44 into Missouri. And then after that, the weekend looks great. Warm, low 80s, sunny skies. More storms Monday and Tuesday, and then we're watching more active weather possible by the end of next week. Thunderstorms Thursday, Friday, Saturday, temperatures into the low 80s.
Alrighty. Well, the Naval Academy students take part in an annual ritual to mark the end of their first year. The Harridan Monument climb kicked off yesterday in Annapolis, Maryland, as cadets helped each other take on the challenge.
The goal is to climb the 21-foot monument to replace a white plebe Dixie Cup hat on top with an upperclassman's hat. It was a mission accomplished for the class of 2027, who did it in 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 11 seconds. That is a long time.
It's like only 2 hours.
Only 2 hours. We are fully prepared to climb monuments now.
There we go.
We are ready to go. It looks like a lot of fun.
It does.
You gotta have
It really
some fun.
does.
It's probably pretty stressful in those things.
Honestly.
Well, thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.